heard an army's on its way here from Neresian. Gamel Hawks, the tavern keep, I think. Strange figure towers over the bar. A huge, ungainly man with skin so milky white that his blue veins are visible even from a distance. His bald head is equal parts lumpy and pitted, and blood-filled eyes stare impassively out at you from beneath his pale brows. The glass in the albino's large, clumsy hands looks like dangerously delicate, as if one twitch of those calloused fingers would be enough to crush it. A gold medallion engraved with a tangier gleams around his neck. What will it be? Who are you, if I may ask? The albino slowly takes your measure with his red eyes, and finally gives, with a gentle sigh, says, Gamel Hawks, vampire. Oh, you're really a vampire? Gamel gives you a long look of reproach and then grudgingly answers, no. How did you end up in the Crusader city? How did anyone end up here? How did you? Or them? With a huge hand, the tavern keeper gestures at the ragtag group assembled in the room. The world is big, but still there isn't a place for everyone. People who no longer have a life anywhere else, they end up here. So, any news in the city? Besides, well, demon invasion and stuff? The albino looks around. There are demons everywhere, and you showed up. So, any places in the city worth visiting? If you mean places that normal people usually stay well away from, then there are plenty. Like the Pitaxian wine cellar. Gamel pauses for effect, like the name of the place alone should make you quiver in fear. Pitax City. Pitax's origins lie with the brigands from their neighbor to the north, Brevoy, who sought sanctuary amid the forests of the River Kingdoms. A band of vicious thieves made a hideout in a riverside hamlet known as Pitax. As they visited there year after year, their ill-gotten gold slowly transformed Pitax into something considerably larger than a simple, sleepy fishing village. Eventually, the bandits settled in Pitax permanently, building walls around the city, hiring sellswords to help defend against their enemies, and crowning themselves kings of a new realm. With this, Pitax became a permanent fixture of the River Kingdoms, able to survive and thrive for nearly 4 centuries, while others around it withered and decayed. Still don't know what that means for the wine cellar. It once belonged to a Pitaxian trading house. Then King Irovetti came to power in Pitax, and property started changing hands. Soon after, the cellar shop assistant was found in a ditch. Not all of him mined, just his head. Numerian gangsters had taken possession of the place. They wanted to sell something stronger than wine on the street, and they ended up on the gallows. Then King Irovetti's number was up, so now the store stands empty and unclaimed. People say that a headless ghost wanders that place at night, moaning ghoulishly, "Oh." Numerian. Once a rising power poised to unite its neighbors under its banner, today Numeria has fallen into decay. Here savagery and science exist side by side. Amid the wreckage of a crashed starship from a distant world, technomancers from across Golarion flock to research and exploit the technological wonders found within the otherworldly ruins. Meanwhile, tribes of primitive barbarians cling to age-old traditions and eschew technology in favor of their own raw skill and martial prowess. This is a nation where, under the auspices of technological advancement and the betterment of civilization, a select few rule a subjugated nation as despots and tyrants, placing their own power and continued reign above the well-being of their citizens. After coming to an end of the story, unusually long by his standards, the tavern keeper takes a swig from his tankard. Just don't ask me how he makes any noise with no head. I wasn't there. I just tell it like I heard it. I mean, he told us quite a bit. I don't think "you're not one for talking" would be appropriate now. Maybe show me what you got. I still think we have quite some potions. I mean, we could buy bigger healing potions. Could buy some of them. So it's 2d8 +1 per caster level. And that one is just 1d8, so it's double. Yeah, let's just buy some of those, I think. It's a deal. Oh, and sell all our sellable stuff. Right. So our current party is still us, Lann, Camellia, and Seelah. I just want to change that so we got, at least in battle, our better healing potions, and outside of combat we can use the other ones to just bulk drink them. Alright, so let's just quickly level them up. So Lann is good in athletics, mobility, and perception. We get deadly aim, so we get a small penalty, but do more damage. That sounds nice. And point blank master. You do not provoke attacks of opportunity when firing while threatened. That's also nice. We get an extra attack. That's a key power, so it's something we have to activate. But that's nice, I think. Let's do the others as well. Yeah, she's our trickster. Oh, she just gets 1 skill rank per level. Why that? She's so stupid. Weird, I always thought that you get at least 2. It's 2. I'm blind. It's mobility trickery. I think that's the best example for showing like how unobservant I'm sometimes. Because it was right there. Okay, dodging gives us a bonus to our AC. Nice. And last but not least, Seelah, more paladin power. Not sure if it's wise to have her invest into mobility, because we lose it anyway just due to our armor and the shield. And at least currently we have Lann for that. Knowledge World, which is okay in, and Persuasion. But I think if I change that, yeah, it's no longer auto leveling up. So for simplicity, we stay here. But at least from my not very educated view on Pathfinder, doesn't seem like good skills for her. I mean, Persuasion, yes, absolutely. But beside that, meh. Mercy Sickened. Now our lay on hand can also heal Sickened. Alright. Yeah, I think I will spend quite some time in the tavern. Purifying solution. I think that's an ingredient. Right. Nil survivors and a peasant survivor. Iomedae, our intercessor, don't abandon us in our despair. What if Kenabres isn't the only city overrun? What if this is how it all ends? Yeah, I think I will just talk to some, because they seem to have a lot the same voice line. Or text line. Janok. A young man in Worldwound, traveling close, and a simple wooden symbol of Arestil on his chest is efficiently cutting a line and rope into strips to use as bandages. Despite his visible exhaustion, he works with zeal, singing some tune about red braids and ripe sheaves of wheat under his breath. He raises his warm, chestnut-colored eyes to you. Are you one of the Crusaders? Thank you for defending those of us whose talent lie off the battlefield. I'm Janak, servant of Arestil. Pleased to meet you. Arestil, also known as Old Deadeye and the Stag God, is one of the old human gods still worshipped in the Inner Sea region, and is concerned with family, farming, hunting, and trade. During the Age of Creation, Aristel was among the gods who battled Rogug when he sought to destroy Golarion, and who were eventually able to contain him in the Dead Vault and the planet's core. His religion dates back to before the Age of Darkness, when small farming communities and hunter-gatherers prayed to him for bountiful harvests and successful hunts. Legends claim that it was old Deadeye himself who crafted the first bow and gifted it to the humans to overcome challenges of the world. Even as the accomplishment of civilization mount, Aristel continues to embrace and represent the simpler pleasures of life has to offer. What are you doing? I only took my holy order recently, so my god has only bestowed a little of his power upon me yet. I'm sorry to say that the number of wounded fighters in this tavern is far beyond my power to heal. But there's a reason people say, have faith in the gods, but look to yourself first. I may not be able to help the wounded with magic, but I can at least cut up bandages. Oh, that's at least very motivated. Are you from around here then? No. I was just passing through Kenabres. I was sailing down the old man of ours, the great Salon River, to a village by the name of Chili Creek. I happened to land in the city on the eve of the festival, and I'm ashamed to say I decided to stay for a day to enjoy myself. But I ended up staying in the city longer than I bargained for. Chili Creek? Where exactly is that? It's a small fishing village. It's not even marked on some maps, but people do live there. What they don't have is a priest, and they have no one to heal their wounds, no one to offer prayers for a good catch, no one give their dead a dignified burial. And the Worldwound is a stone's throw away, so I'll be setting sail for Chili Creek to serve my god and my people. Once we've held Kenabres, I'll be going there. If, by the grace of the gods, we'll all survive this, you should come and visit me sometime. You'll find the village here, on the bank of the river. The priest marks Chili Creek on your map. If I may be so bold, aren't you, a young and inexperienced cleric, afraid to go to the border of the Worldwound? Interesting quest thought. I won't lie, I'm afraid, but what can I do? Those villagers are simple people. Every day of their short lives is spent doing hard, honest work. That's exactly the kind of life I want. Something simple but meaningful. If I had centuries ahead of me, like elves do, I might have spared some 50 years or so to travel around the world, the man says with a smile. Or maybe even 100. Why not? But I don't have time to spare, so I want to spend my short life in the place where I'm needed most. Even if it's dangerous, especially if it's dangerous. Or may Aristel watch over you. Nice. Fawn Autumn Haze. Interesting name. A tall, fragile-looking elf sits in front of you, eyes closed. He is pale as ghost, his arm wrapped in a blood-stained bandage. You spot other bandages on his body under his clothes, but even in such a miserable state, he managed to keep calm. Raising his eyes to meet yours, he says faintly, "I am Fawn Autumn Haze, at your service." His pale lips are reddened by blood, but you see no signs of pain or fear in his grey eyes. "Oh wow, do you need help?" He gives you a sad smile in response. "Thank you, my kin. I expected no less from you. But save your strength. The healers here have already tended to my wounds to the best of their abilities. However, the arrows that pierced me were poisoned, and only I can fight off the poison's effects. If I may ask, who wounded you in the first place?" "A sinner and an accomplice to demons. The quarry I'm hunting is an inhospitable place." "Who are you?" "Fawn Autumn Haze, son of Kionin, born in Idara, defender of the woodland border in days long past. Presently a dark hunter in the name of Calistria, the unquenchable fire." He trails off for a moment, then continues. "Surrounded by other people, I've grown unaccustomed to speaking with my kin. I've missed this." Kionin. The homeland of the elven race on Golarion, Kionin was almost completely evacuated by the elves just before the fall of the Starstone. They only recently, by elven standards, returned to Golarion to reclaim their ancient homeland and have become an isolationist realm, allowing few non-elven visitors into their mist-shrouded capital, Idara. Calistria. Calistria, also known as the Saved Sting and the Unquenchable Fire, is the goddess of lust and revenge, who takes on many faces and guises. She's held in especially high regard by elves, who often identify with her mercurial moods and changeable nature. Just wanted to say, lust and revenge sound very opposite, or not opposite, but different. A fondness for wasp has earned this vengeful deity the title of Saved Sting. Such creatures live on after harming their enemies, a trait Calistria's followers hope to emulate when pursuing their goals. Maybe he tells me more about that? I'm Logan Aldori. You can trust me, I might be able to help you. Of course, my kin. I'm always glad of the company of those who know our language and our ways. So, what is your quarry here in Mendev? I was hunting a fugitive, a Descarite, I think, by the name of Kaelessa. It pains me to admit that there are heinous malefactors such as her among our noble kind. Also an elf. I managed to catch up in Kenabres and I wounded her. Then demons appeared and the city was engulfed in flames. I was injured in the battle that ensued and couldn't free her soul from its service to her dark masters. He expresses no anger or hatred as he speaks, only compassionate sorrow. I'm sorry for your misfortune. I hope things will turn out differently next time. He bows his head sincerely and with dignity. I will not fail you, my kin, you or our people. If you would allow me, I wish to aid you in your hunt. Fawn covers his eyes wearily. I thank you, but this is my mission, and I'm used to facing all manner of terrors on my own. I do appreciate your willingness to help. If you happen to meet Kaelessa, take caution. She has turned many innocent souls to the path of evil, and darkness has rewarded her with many gifts. The appearance alone will tell you that it is warped. The agate skin, the malicious stare of her blood-red eyes, the bestial teeth. She's more monster than elf at this point. Sounds like a bit like a tiefling, right? He focuses his piercing grey eyes on you. That miscreant is a disgrace to our people, which means we must bring her aggression to an end. Should you meet her, my kin, I ask that you show her no mercy. I think maybe I can identify her as a tiefling with that. So, do you want to repeat how Kaelessa looks like again? I failed. Sad. I think it could be that she's a tiefling. Her skin is dark, her hair preternaturally, never heard that word, white. Her red eyes can see perfectly in the dark, which to my dismay have come to know from my experience. But bright light causes her kind pain. I used an alchemical powder that explodes in a dazzling flash, and she cried out as if I had stabbed her. It's clear that this woman is a faithful servant of darkness. The mark that Kaelessa masters have left on her appearance says as much. I don't know. Alright. I'd like to know more about you if you care to share. We already asked everything about that. I have no more questions. I have to go. Good fortune to you. Let's see if there's something in the basement. Always good raiding basements and stuff. Ah, there's a prisoner. Surrender thy will, Delvin. Iomedae, protect us! Got you again. How many times is there today? Take your jokes and shove them, Tiefling. Wow, easy there, Chief. Don't hit me. Let's just go looting first. Just weapons and armor. Things you can't sell that well, unfortunately. But you can push. What did that do? What did that do? Another first aid kit. I hear something, but I don't know what's changing. Ah, there's something. What are those doing? Are there more? Okay, let's talk to the Tiefling guy. Okay, now I'm a bit spoiled, and you are probably too, cause I told you about the mod, so he seems to be important.
Hey, Dreamboat, come over here. I want to talk to you about something. Something really important.
Yay, you have something voice again. The young tiefling sits cross-legged on the floor. He looks relatively calm for someone in shackles, but his tail whips back and forth in agitation. Noticing your attention, the tiefling sits up and beckons you over.
Quit bothering the decent people in here, Woljif, or I'll knock your teeth out!
Whoa there.
What's it to you, Delvin dum-dum? You were told to guard me, and I'm not stopping you. But no one told me I had to shut my trap.
I like the voice. So, who exactly are you?
Woljif. Woljif Jefto. I deal in useful things. I can get you whatever you want. Anything. But there's just one problem.
The tiefling rattles his chains and gives you a meaningful look. So, this blue shadow you showed, what exactly is that?
Get me out of here and I'll tell you. And don't worry, it's not contagious.
Sure, trust me. So, why exactly are you in chains?
Does it really matter? Don't get hung up on the past, Chief. Don't look to the future. Live in the here and now.
He was caught thieving.
So he's a thiefling. So, what exactly do you want from me? Getting you out?
I'll lay it out for you. Simple job, 30 minutes tops. We go someplace, talk to someone, and in return, whatever you want, I'll get it for you. Some extra rations? No problem. Armor, weapons, scrolls, you name it. It's as good as yours. If you need my help with something, whistle and I'll be there. I'm handy enough with knives too, and even my magic know-how isn't too shabby.
What a load of guff! If you were good at magic, you wouldn't be stuck in here now, would you?
Very true. Don't know if there's Misty Step in Pathfinder, but well, in D&D would be an easy spell.
Don't you listen to him, Chief. He'd find fault with the Queen herself. I'll be useful to have in battle, and I'll sell whatever you want at a reasonable price. It's your lucky day. You won't meet another gem like me in Kenabres.
I mean, the city's burning and in shambles, and what the harm one tiefling could do. So, well, I can't actually help you though while you're changed up, so how can I free you?
That's easy. You know Irabeth? Feisty looking gal, always wears armor. You can't miss her. She's the meanest fighter in the whole city. When you see her, put in a good word for me, will ya? Tell her there's this guy Woljif locked up for no good reason in the Defender's Heart. Well, for the follies of his youth. And he really wants to get out on bail so he can keep up his good behavior and make a contribution to society. You got that? Will you do it?
You know, I feel like I'm doing the wrong thing, but alright, I'll talk to Erebeth about your situation.
I knew I could count on you. Knew it the moment I laid eyes on you.
Alright, I'm seeing what I can do. Let's see. I don't know if Erebeth will be so happy to help with that.